Hey guys, this is Roxanne. Kyle Frazier here with the Texas Wine and Grape Growers Association Legislative Committee. We're talking about bill tracking today. Kyle spends hours and hours a week tracking bills. So we're here to talk about why we're tracking bills, what's bill tracking, and why we do it, why it's important to you guys. So I am going to share a screen with you, but Kyle, tell us a little bit about bill tracking.
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you find this informative and helpful. And if you ever have a question, feel free to call one of the members of the legislative committee or call me directly or shoot me an email, and I'm happy to give you some more information. So during the legislative session, approximately 7,000 bills and resolutions will be introduced in a normal session, or whatever that means, and this one is certainly not, but in a normal session, about 20 or 21, 22% of those bills actually get passed and get signed by the governor, which is a fair number. Now, the vast majority of those aren't necessarily what I would refer to as statewide implication bills. A lot of times they're local bills that just impact a local community in some way. But many of them that do get considered and discussed and end up passing can have a impact on you in your local community and your business, depending on what that business is. What we look at on your behalf is bills that deal with alcohol, bills that deal with taxes, and the underlying codes that govern those two sets of issues. On a typical session, we'll track something in the neighborhood of 300 to 400 alcohol-related bills, and tax bills, 200, 250 different types of tax bills that we'll keep track of. And again, as I said, most of those don't pass, but you always want to be aware that they're out there. And just because the bill itself might not get considered doesn't mean someone won't take the language from that bill and try to stick it in another bill. So right. Those are the things that we spend a lot of time watching and making sure that we know what's going on, making sure you know what's going on.
Okay, so we're going to show you guys a little bit how to track that bill yourself and a tool that we use also to track it. I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm over here in the corner a little bit lower, and then I'm going to share, this is the Texas Legislature online bill tracking software that you can use. Your tax dollars go to pay for this. So you can enter in the bill number. Kyle, are you seeing how I'm sharing the screen?
Yeah, no, this is good. This is the website is actually capital.texas.gov, G-O-V. And it is, as Roxanne said, it's free. I mean, it's not free. Your tax dollars pay for this, but it doesn't cost anything to use anything additional to use it. You just go online, and it is actually an extremely good website. I like to think that the state of Texas does some stuff pretty good, some stuff not pretty good. They do this extremely good. The people that oversee this are really good at what they do. It is extraordinarily useful and easy to use. If you want to look up a bill, as Roxanne said, you just poke the number right in there and hit go, and everything about the bill will come up. You can also. Yeah, go ahead.
Type in 983 here.
No. You got to do HB, House Bill. No, we'll talk about this one. Do House Bill, do HB and then a space, and then 817. This is one of my favorite ones so far.
Great. Okay, what's this one?
Okay.
Operation of a quick draw lottery game.
Okay, so this one popped up because the guy who introduced this, Representative Moody from out in El Paso, he wants a new game, a new lotto game that's obviously overseen by the state, where these lottery tickets are pulled several times a day, every day, and he wants the people who have a winery permit to be able to sell these. Now, I have no idea if y'all have any interest in selling these, but anyway, I thought it was kind of interesting, and so we'll track it and see where it goes. And if it looks like it might go somewhere, then obviously we'll talk about it and see if we have it, if we're for or against it. But okay, so there you can see the bill, And you can see what's happened so far, the last action, it's been filed. Obviously, nothing else has happened. It gives you a very short explanation, that caption about what the bill is, although oftentimes that is somewhat vague. And so it really pays to actually go in and look at the bill itself. If you go up to the top there where it says text, if you click on that, there you go. It will give you some options of actual look at the language of the bill itself. There it is. And so you can read that for yourself. Just quickly, the underlined language is new language. That's the way you can read that. The stuff that is not underlined is current language, or it's a cite. It talks about what the cite for the new language is. But that's obviously bills are anything from one word, one paragraph long to 900 pages long. So
Right.
you
So
can go online.
can sell lotto tickets.
There you go. Winery selling lotto tickets.
Right.
Make all of y'all rich right there. Only if somebody wins though.
Right.
So please make use of this service. It's really great. The other thing that's on here that you can go back to that front page, that home page there, Roxanne. Go to home.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
All right.
Now, if you look on the right-hand side where it says legislative activity, video broadcast, you can watch the House and Senate in session. There you go. And obviously there's nothing going on right now, but you can watch the House and Senate in session. You can also watch individual committee hearings right from your computer. And this works 99.9% of the time. I'm not familiar. I can't remember a time when it was down for some reason. So this is really a great way for you to get a feel for what's happening, to watch in real time them having these discussions and deliberations and passing laws or not passing laws, as the case may be. So it's a great service and easy to use, and I highly recommend you make use of it. It's a good tool.
All right, so that's your tool. That's our tool. Kyle also has some pretty sophisticated software, so he's not mining this data point throughout the legislative session. But this is what we're doing as a legislative committee to help you, our membership, our vineyard and winery owners, and anybody that's involved in Twigga. So be rest assured that we're doing our jobs. And if there's a bill that comes across that one of your state representatives have a particular interest in, or you have a particular interest in, reach out to Kyle or myself or anybody else on the Twigga team, and we're here to support you guys. All right, Kyle, do you have anything else?
Well, I was just gonna say, do you want to look at a couple other bills of interest that we're watching this session?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things, I would say, a trend that we're seeing this session, when we talk about the bills, the type of bills that we're tracking, there have been a number of bills. I would say something in the neighborhood of 12 to 15 bills that have been filed that would limit the governor's ability to, in his executive orders. All of you would recall the way that we got into our COVID mess is we were being lumped in with bars when the governor signed his executive order that restricted your ability to operate your business. That was done through executive order, and the Constitution is pretty clear on his ability to do that. So there are a number of bills that have been filed to curtail that privilege that he has. Now, how far those get, keep in mind, for a bill to be successful and pass, he has to sign it. So he would have to sign a bill that would limit his authority. I'm not saying he won't, but that's maybe a bit of a tall order. But it is of interest to a lot of members, both Republican and Democrat. So I think there'll be some traction there, and it'll be interesting to watch. Obviously, we would have hoped that bars, we had not been included with bars, and so certainly some of those efforts we would probably be in favor of. But
let's look at that. Is that House Bill 340 that you're referring to?
That's certainly one of them. 340. There's several. Like I said, there's several out there.
So this one relates to the governor's power, like you guys can see on the screen, to control the sale and use of alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, that's one of them. That one's a little more specific. There's some other ones that are a little more general about just basically saying that the governor can't do this kind of stuff anymore. But that one accomplishes a lot of the same thing. but there's a number of efforts to do that. Something else that we watch regularly is or that we'll be watching this session is the to-go legislation. Y'all will all recall that through executive order or proclamation that the governor okayed alcohol to go for some retail outlets. That seems to be an effort that will, they're going to try to pass that on a permanent basis this next session or this session.
House Bill 983 that's one of the relating to
Yeah.
pickup and delivery of alcoholic beverages for off-premise consumption that the Texas Restaurant Association has been very clear that they're going to pursue and restaurants will pursue. So we're watching that. If you guys have any feedback about what to do or not to do with that, we're all ears.
The other thing that we watch on your behalf is our tax and revenue bills, and I mentioned that real briefly. The Legislative Committee gets a report on a fairly regular basis, about weekly, on all revenue type bills that have been introduced. Now, again, most of these don't pass, but we do keep track of them and make sure that y'all are aware when somebody is talking about doing something to the franchise tax or something to change your property tax or your personal property tax or whatever, so that y'all are aware of that. So we monitor all of that legislation as well.
Okay. All right, let's wrap it up. Anything else, Kyle?
Just if you have a question, call me or shoot me an email. Happy to visit.
All right, thank you. Let me stop share and then stop recording.